Have you ever seen a face like this? Molly got hit in the face by a shot put during a physical education class. All the bones in her face are completely shattered, making the skin grow all crazy. Her classmates, well, they're really mean and start calling her Gummy Face. Molly then comes to the hospital where Dr. Sean works. Dr. Andrews, who's the director of the hospital, takes on her case himself. He's determined to perform plastic surgery to reconstruct her face. They're starting with her eyes, trying to get them back to their normal position so they're in a straight line again. Molly's actually quite excited about this. She tells them that every time she looks in the mirror, she feels so disgusted that she wants to throw up. Dr. Andrews explains the surgical plan to her. We'll be using a technique called distraction osteogenesis and place a special device, a distractor, inside your face. Then, gradually, we'll increase the distance between the bones to help them grow back properly. Molly asks if it will hurt. Dr. Claire tells her that yes, for most people, but compared to the pain she endured when that shot put hit her face, this will be nothing. Just at this moment, there's a big commotion as another girl, Kareen, is rushed into the hospital. She's been in a terrible car accident. Karen has a serious head injury and is in a level 5 coma. What's more, the doctors notice that the blood pressure in her 2 arms is different. Dr. Lim quickly analyzes that the problem could either be related to her brain or her heart. Without wasting any time, they rush her into the operating room. Have you ever seen 2 famous doctors quarrel because of an operation? Dr. Neil Melendez and Dr. Lim have a disagreement. Neil is convinced that Karen has a false aneurysm and that they should focus on her head. However, Lim says, I've thoroughly examined her brain and haven't found any bleeding points. Given this situation, we should start with the heart. Since they're a couple, in the end, Neil gives in. Okay, let's do it your way. So they open up Karen's chest. But when they do, Lim is surprised to find that her heart is actually in pretty good shape. But then, Karen's pupils start to dilate rapidly, and her intracranial pressure shoots up to dangerous levels. They have to quickly open her skull to relieve the pressure. Once they do that, though, they find that she has no corneal reflex or brainstem reflex. Karen has become brain dead, which means she's now in a vegetative state. If only they had listened to Neil earlier and started with the craniotomy to reduce the intracranial pressure first, maybe Karen wouldn't be in this terrible situation. Lim is filled with guilt. She has to break the terrible news to Karen's mother, Shannon, and it's just so hard because she knows that a life like this, well, it hardly seems like a life at all. Dr. Andrews then approaches Shannon with a very difficult suggestion: organ donation. Shannon, to her credit, is a really kind-hearted woman. Well, if it can help someone else, what organ do you need? The heart, the lungs, or something else? Dr. Andrews shows deep respect. Have you ever heard of donating a face for organ donation? In this hospital, there's Molly with her horribly disfigured face from that shot-put accident. She's in desperate need of a new face. Coincidentally, Karen's face could be a match, but Shannon refuses right away. I mean, think about it. A face is such an important part of a person. It's not just something you can easily give away. Molly, with that metal stent on her face because of the damage from the shot put, is in such a pitiful state. If that stent were removed, one of her eyes would just droop down. It's really a sad sight. Dr. Claire is pushing Molly in a wheelchair to the elevator. By chance, Shannon sees them. She sees a girl about the same age as her daughter and in such a terrible condition. It really tugs at her heartstrings. This makes Shannon change her mind. She decides to agree to donate Karen's face. When Molly's family hears the news, they're overjoyed. It's as if the heavens have opened up and dropped this amazing gift right into their laps. Dr. Andrews also thinks it's some kind of divine intervention. After all our examinations, we've found that whether it's the blood type or the cells, all of Molly's physical data match Karen's perfectly. Dr. Andrews decides to hold a meeting as the hospital director. This girl's face is in desperate need of treatment. Dr. Andrews says, this is an epic donation and a landmark operation in the history of our hospital. In the annals of plastic surgery worldwide, there aren't many successful cases of a full face transplant, so no one's allowed to take time off before the surgery. Molly's sitting on the bed, still in disbelief that she's about to get a new face, someone else's face, a whole new identity. Dr. Claire tells her, it's just like a mask. Don't be so uptight. Looks ain't that big of a deal. It's what's on the inside that matters. But Molly shoots back, tell me looks don't matter? I've been made fun of every day, called Gummy Facey. Claire is left with nothing to say and just has to encourage her. This is gonna be a new start for you. The most mind-blowing face transplant operation in the plastic surgery world is about to start. The mother of the girl from the car accident is here to bid farewell to her daughter. During the operation, the docs will disconnect the girl's respirator. On the way to the operating room, it's like a grand procession seeing the girl off. Every single medical staff member in the hospital has come to send the girl off. Dr. Morgan Reed says, "This is our way of paying homage. Thanks to the sacrifice Karen's making." Shannon's deeply touched. Karen's father passed away years ago, and it's been just the two of them all these years. Now she's got to send her daughter off to the other side. Shannon's gripping Karen's hand tightly. With each step, she's getting further from her. Finally, they reach the end of the corridor. Shannon gives her daughter one last kiss and whispers, "Goodbye, baby girl." At this point, no words can describe how the mother's feeling. Surrounded by everyone, Karen's wheeled into the operating room. The surgeries on both sides are going on at the same time. Dr. Andrews begins to remove Molly's face while Neil and Lim start on Karen's face. Since everyone's prepped like a pro for this operation, it's going like a charm. So how's this face transplant operation that can turn you beautiful in a flash done? Karen's face is taken off first. Everyone exchanges nods. It's time to say goodbye. Dr. Lim sends her best wishes to Karen. Dr. Wrights shuts off the ventilator, and Karen's gone, off to heaven. The face is then transplanted onto Molly's. After a series of complex maneuvers, Molly's face starts to look vibrant with blood flowing through it. The operation's a huge success. A few hours later, Molly wakes up. Looking at herself in the mirror, she realizes it's not a dream. She really has a new face. Molly's parents are filled with immense gratitude and respect for Shannon. Shannon comes to see Molly and hands over the photo album of Karen's life. Molly flips through the pictures and says, "She was beautiful." Shannon says, "It's such a strange twist of fate. The moment we met by the elevator, I knew I'd give you her face. You must live a wonderful life for my daughter." Shannon gives a goodbye and a blessing kiss, and then turns and walks away. But where on earth is our Dr. Sean during this amazing operation? Turns out Sean got a top-secret mission. He's with Dr. Aaron Glassman, the former hospital director. The good Dr. Sean has saved countless lives, yet he's powerless to save his adoptive father. Dr. Aaron Glassman is having all sorts of discomforts after having a brain tumor removed. Sean and he each take a pill with a stimulant effect. Boy, Sean becomes so hyper. He is playing golf at Dr. Glassman's home. With the first swing, he breaks the glass. With the second, he knocks over the milk. And the third is even more amazing. He hits the urn containing Dr. Glassman's mother's ashes. After they have a great time, they lie on the carpet. Dr. Glassman asks Sean. Leah brings her boyfriend home. "Aren't you jealous?" Sean says. "I can hold it in for now so I don't use any tricks." Dr. Glassman says if you like Leah, use your tricks when you should. Suddenly, he suggests going to buy marshmallow-filled chocolate chip cookies. However, Sean has never even tasted these. They call an Uber. They go to 4 nearby supermarkets but can't find the marshmallow ones. Sean tells the female driver not to worry. "We can look in the neighboring city. There are still 28 stores shown on the phone." The female driver is a bit confused. How delicious are marshmallow-filled chocolate chip cookies? They're so delicious that they seem willing to search all over the United States for them. Well, Dr. Glassman is rich and just that willful. Sean is curious. Why is he so determined to get these? Finally, Dr. Glassman confesses, "These are the favorite snack of Robin, the girl I had a crush on in high school. I really miss her now." The female driver says, "Then why bother? It would be better to just find the girl. It's so easy to search for personal information online these days." So the three of them embark on a journey to find Dr. Glassman's first love. They look for many people named Robin in the neighborhood, but every time they knock on a door, they're disappointed. Dr. Glassman thinks of finding the know-it-all among his high school classmates. He knows where every classmate has gone. The old classmate reveals a lot of interesting things about Dr. Glassman in school. For example, Dr. Glassman's nickname is Dumbo, but he won the Interstate Rugby Trophy in 1973. The classmate tells Dr. Glassman that Robin has moved to Portland. Sean finds out that it's an 11-hour drive. The three of them set off immediately. They drive all night and finally arrive at Robin's house at dawn. The 80-year-old man is about to see his first love. He's so excited that his face turns red. Dr. Glassman summons up his courage and knocks on the door. It's Robin who opens the door.
"Hi, Robin."
Aaron?
The two of them start chatting in the house. Dr. Glassman beats around the bush for a long time. The female driver can't stand it anymore and says directly, "He has a crush on you all the time in school. That's why he's come to find you after more than 40 years. Sean also says yes. He even remembers that your haircut in the 10th E grade was really bad. Robin laughs. That's true. Dr. Glassman opens his heart and tells Robin, "I was too young back then. I didn't have the courage to confess to you. When we graduated, I turned love into hate. I wrote a lot of mean things in your graduation yearbook. I'm here to apologize." Robin says she has long forgotten what he wrote. "It's all in the past," she says and accepts his apology. Robin takes out snacks to entertain the guests. Sure enough, they are marshmallow-filled chocolate chip cookies. Sean, the foodie, is also satisfied. It's getting late. Sean and the others start their journey back. Robin takes out the yearbook and looks at what Dr. Glassman has written. She feels relieved. Have to say, Robin was really beautiful when she was young. When Sean and Dr. Glassman get home, oh my, the house is such a mess. The lawnmower is left in the house. Most importantly, the ashes of Dr. Glassman's mother are still scattered. At this moment, Sean has an epiphany. I don't want to be separated from the person I love for a lifetime like you. I've decided that Leah can't have a boyfriend. I'm going to use my tricks to drive that cook away. This episode is the 14th episode of the second season of The Good Doctor. The Good Doctor series is updated frequently. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.